I just feel like hit it, Hutch.
You know what it is now, boys and girls of the podcast world. Matt and Tyler on the mics. They're gonna stay here until they agree. They're gonna stay here until they agree. Oh, thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like we needed that. Welcome back to Until We Agree. We were sitting in silence for a little bit trying to get this thing started, and I appreciate Tyler for taking the initiative. If you know anything about Tyler, especially if you were listening last week, you know he doesn't take much initiative, but when he does, it's something special. So welcome back to the show. This is Matt. That's Tyler. And this is Until We Agree, the only podcast that keeps going until we agree. Tyler, how are you?
I'm tired.
Okay.
I got up early. I worked. I ran. I still got to go climbing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, those definitely seem like things you have to do, and that you're not just choosing to do out of your own joy for your own life.
How are you, man? You texted me that women are tough or something like that. What do you mean?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said met women, man, or something like that.
Oh yeah, what was I saying about that? We'll get into it. This is a special episode because I think Tyler likes the podcast again, which is something I haven't said for quite some time. But Tyler was thinking about topics to talk about all week. And so what I think we're going to do is we're going to rip through everything that we talked about this week. But one quick note to make first, Tyler has no Riz. Does
Okay.
Tyler have no
we
Riz?
can hear your well, and you work harder than anybody I know. I'm sure there's a harsh cut right there.
Yeah, a very, very harsh cut. But thank you for acknowledging how hard I work at my job. And one thing I'll acknowledge as well is Tyler has no Riz. Does Tyler have no Riz?
That's not true. It's just that we've found this guy on Instagram that, or I didn't find him. You found him, but he just roasts only people with the name Matt and Tyler. And
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like the demographic is us, but I'm just confused at how he came to pass.
Yeah, and what I've learned from him is he mostly hates you, and so I'm okay to take a little hate because he really, really hates Tyler's, and so that's great and all. But I was thinking about it. You don't have much Riz, and I wanted to give you a chance in the podcast to show me what it looks like to be rizzed up by Tyler. What a gross
okay.
sentence. So
and that's something that, let's be honest, nobody gets the pleasure of anymore. And so I'm happy to grace you with my risents. It's like presents, but with riz.
Yeah. We get it, man. Okay, yeah. So go ahead. I'll give you the floor. You're a traditional man who likes to do traditional man things, and
I'm a trad husband.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't you walk us through what it would be like if I was your girlfriend, Alicia, and we're back in college, and you're trying to get me to be impressed by you. So I'll give you the floor now.
Oh, we're back in college?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
This isn't going to be as good.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Do you want to be yourself right now?
Yeah, I'll do me in college, and then I'll do right now.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. For sure. Go for it. And action.
Hello. That's me in college.
Yeah.
No riz, by the way, in college. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. You do. Okay. So you didn't have Riz back then. You somehow got a girlfriend. But it feels like you want to prove that you have Riz now.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it just doesn't get to go on display anymore. You know?
Yeah. You've been working on it. So okay. And I'll lead us in on this one, and I'll be the girl. And action. Hey, Tyler.
What's up, baby?
Oh, nothing. Just hanging out.
Shut up.
You know what's
it's
crazy?
my turn to talk. What?
It kind of worked on me a little bit. I can't lie.
That's blushing.
I don't think I've ever realized how handsome you are until you said that. Wow.
And you can't even see me. I got a voice for radio. That's what everybody says when they hear the podcast for the first time.
Yeah, man.
And by a voice for radio, I mean a face for radio, because that's the joke.
Yeah, man.
Because a voice for radio would actually be a great thing to have.
Yeah.
For a podcaster. Hey, speaking of that, I've been getting, rave reviews on the Yeah Boys we were doing.
By who? Name one person who liked it.
Ginnick liked it a lot.
Okay.
I rode Ginnick to and from the wedding. You liked it a lot. You said that as well. So rave reviews. That's 2. That's multiple rave reviews.
Yeah.
So
I mean, one is just
really
me,
fault
though.
me on my semantics.
Yeah, one's me, though, and
I liked it too.
Okay.
And I liked it too.
Okay, but I think we
just
have
put that out there.
I think we have to like it, though, and Ginnick is...
People like the
Is there
vibrato.
anyone, not to be offensive towards Ginnick?
No, wait a second. What does that mean?
Is there anyone that matters that liked it?
Whoa.
Dude, that's just a joke, man.
Oh, it's a little jab.
Yeah,
it's
just a quick little jab. That's what happens
Dude,
when
I
you
think
become friends
everybody
with someone.
liked it.
You start making jabs with them. I've never met Ginnick, but I'm sure.
And that was one of our highest streamed episodes recently. I mean, if all it takes is a little Rado, I could do it for an hour.
Okay,
you know?
Give us a little. While I'm pulling up our text, because that's what we're talking about this week is what we were talking about over text.
Right.
Why don't you give us a little vibrato while I get everything situated?
What you feeling? You feeling like Groban or Sinatra? They're both kings of the Rado.
Start with Capaldi, then go Groban.
Louis Capaldi's not a vibrato guy though. He's more of a turkey wobble type.
Yeah, he's just a loose gullet guy. But no. You're more of a Groban than a Sinatra. I think we can all acknowledge that.
I mean, I think there's people that would disagree with that.
Okay.
But that's what you feel though. I'm just wondering, that's what you feel?
Yeah, man. Okay,
dude, you're a rat. You know I love Frank Sinatra.
Since when? I've heard you talk about him once before ever, and I remember you talking about him once, but then you let him go immediately. Don't give me that.
Can I be honest? Actually,
you don't know Frank.
I don't really like any of his songs except for his version of Moon River.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for wasting the last 20 seconds. That was awesome.
That really wasn't a waste, though. I mean, I feel like it was valuable information for you.
Sure, man.
Because you for some reason. And why do you like Josh Groban so much? You don't even like Josh Groban.
I don't like Josh Groban that much, but I like him
better. You probably actually love him from The Office. You probably thought he was the guy from The Office.
He is the guy from The Office.
No.
What do you mean, no? He is the guy from The Office.
I mean, he's in The Office. He's not the guy from The Office.
I said a guy from The Office. I didn't say he was the guy. I didn't say it was Michael Scott. I didn't say he was Idris Elba.
Have you watched The Paper, by the way?
No, bro. I've got things to do, bro. I got people who rely on me now. I don't have time to watch. I don't have time to have a personality trait about a TV show anymore. Sorry, bro.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary.
Why are you doing a weird voice with it? You can just sing normal.
Because that's Groban.
No, that's not Groban. You know it's not.
That's Groban, bro.
No,
bro. You do your best Groban, and I'll do my best Groban, and we'll see who has better Groban.
Yeah. I'm ready. When I am down and all my soul Groban. So weary.
That's a little better.
When troubles part and my heart burning.
When troubles part?
Is that not the word?
When troubles come.
When troubles come.
Troubles come.
No, he's not that. He's not that. He's not that. You're giving him too much credit with girth there. He doesn't have that much girth.
He's a baritone by heart.
And you're not doing baritone stuff. That's not baritone stuff.
Dude, what?
I was doing baritone stuff. You weren't doing baritone stuff.
No. First of all, I played baritone in band. What'd you play?
Trombone, which is like the.
So who knows more about baritone?
The trombone is okay. First of all, you sound like an idiot right now. Anyone who knows instruments, shut up. I'm
sit a while with me.
I'm making a point. Trombone and baritone make the same sounds. You don't remember that? They make the exact same.
Raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
That was good. Maybe sing it on the correct key this time. Like stay on pitch. Try it one more time.
Hey,
you were flat.
Why don't you listen?
You were flat. You were flat. You were flat.
Why don't you listen for some backing music? Oh, you don't hear any either?
Oh, okay. No. I'm not gonna let you get away with that because you used to swear that you had like what perfect relative pitch or whatever?
I've never said that.
No,
I've
did.
never said
no,
that.
you did. You said you had
Screw
relative
you.
pitch.
I've never
you said you had
that.
relative pitch, and you can call upon notes whenever you want to. That's how you would always
No.
brag about. No, don't give me that. No, because you
That's
remember. No, you're molding right now.
That was
you're
a
molding
bit
right
we
now
used
because
to
you're
do. That was a bit we used to do where I would say name any note, and then I would try to hit it.
Yeah.
That was a bit we used to do.
It was you meant it. Every time you do it, you
bro.
meant it.
You're
You
so
meant it.
embarrassing.
You meant it.
You're
You
so
meant it.
embarrassing. You're so embarrassing. This is just like RFK. You're jealous I can do the impression of RFK, and you're jealous I can do the
you're
impression
mad.
of Groban.
You're mad that I got a little mucus in my throat last week, and I did a better RFK than you've ever done in your entire life.
Bro needed mucus to hit an RFK. How
No, I
embarrassing
don't.
is that?
I don't need
First of all,
mucus. I found out that I can do it because of the mucus, but I can do it without
anabolic
it.
RFK. That's what that is. You've got steroids to do RFK.
Okay.
Okay.
See, it's not that hard.
See that? You made it sound hard though. That was
No, I
that was
didn't.
the
My
issue.
voice. I feel super healthy right now. Similar to RFK Jr., I feel super healthy right now, so I'm fine. Next, you swore. Give me a G right now.
G? No, I can't. But bro, that's the issue. I was joking.
But here's the thing: regardless of if you're joking or not, you were singing that song in one key, and then you switched keys, and because you were flat.
Bro, that's because we went
in the
from
chorus.
conversation to conversation, man.
Okay.
You don't know anything.
Okay, then do the last part. Do the last note of the verse, in any key you want, and then stay in that key when you go to the chorus. You were flat, and that's all I'm trying to say. Go
Bro,
ahead.
give me any key. Give me any key.
I don't know. Pick the key that you're comfortable with. Be a singer for
Bro,
once.
I'm in
sing every
Groban's
note.
key.
That's fine. Be in Groban's key. You were not. You were crazy flat.
Can I start from the
remember when you
beginning?
had a vocal? Yeah. No, you cannot start from the beginning. You used to take vocal lessons. You should understand that you were flat, and I want you to prove that you.
I wasn't
that
flat.
Then do it again.
Can I at least do the last
You're
line?
terrified. Yes, that's why I said you do the last line because you had to pick
Until
the key.
you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
Can I break some bad news to you? Can I break some bad news
How
to
good
you?
it was? How sad you are that was
You're flat, bro.
insane?
You're flat, bro. You're flat, bro. You're flat, bro.
Oh, bro, put some piano behind that and tell me how flat it sounds.
Yeah, maybe I will.
You idiot.
I've got time today, bro.
That's where it is, bro. That's
Yeah.
where it is.
Yeah, maybe if the piano was super flat.
And can I say?
and out of
Can I
key.
say? And can I say?
Please,
If that's not right, it should be. I've rewritten the song and it's better.
dude, that's some Jacob Collier stuff. Jacob
Yeah,
Collier
actually,
type beat.
That was
Make a brand new key.
That was a half key.
That's a half key, bro. No, man, that was good. How was your wedding, by the way, this week? Not your wedding, but the wedding you went to.
Dude, congratulations to Ronnie and Kate, by the way.
Her name's Kim, bro.
No, Ronnie got married to Kate.
Oh, you're not talking about the Q&A people who got married separately.
No.
I see.
We'll congratulate Kim separately
Okay.
in a little bit because she asked a question about weddings. I saw that.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
we'll get
Ronnie
to that.
time.
But I was just going to say congratulations to Ronnie and Kate, who, by the way, Albanian weddings are insane. They're awesome.
Okay, I saw that. All I saw from the wedding was one picture that he was not like in traditional like Western attire. That's all I know that was different about that wedding. What else was different?
It was like a hybrid too, so it was sick. So, suit and tie, and white wedding dress. Boom, they go get changed. Albanian attire. Boom. They're dancing. They're dancing. His dad comes. He gives me $100 in ones.
What?
And I'm like, what do I do with this? Am I right? I'm like, what do I do with this?
Yeah, I get it.
I'm told that it's to throw money on them as they're dancing, which is sick, by the way. And so I do that.
Oh, I had
so
a
much
similar.
fun.
I actually had a similar job in college.
You know, I don't think that's similar.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Culture
but-
thing, I guess.
Yeah, culture thing. And the whole thing, though, so they're dancing in the center, right? And we're all in a circle dancing around them in a circle. It was very fun.
Nice, man.
It was at the Millen Mine.
Dude, my sister got married at the Millen Mine.
I know, dude. I've never been to the Millen Mine except for a concert. Great wedding venue, by the way.
You said you've never been to a place except for the one time you've been to a place. Sick, man.
No,
It is a
I've
great
never been there
wedding venue.
except for a concert. I'm just saying it's a very different experience when there's
Sure.
not 5,000 people jammed in to see Portugal the Man do their one song that they have twice.
You know, I did one song at the Mill and Mine once too.
I know. I remember you would not shut up about it, and you wouldn't stop practicing it.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to do a good job for my sister's wedding. Kind of, when I think back about it, like more, I was like, wow, I can't believe they asked me to do that, because me and my sister are not friends.
That's not true.
Anyways, man.
Anyways, dude, you love Ellen.
Dude, I'm just crazy. Like Ellen, bro. Okay,
true.
Let's get into it.
In many ways.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you had a lot of good stuff that you put in the text in text this week. So let's just rip through everything we want to talk about today, because there's a lot, and we're already 16 minutes into this bad boy. So let's do it. Okay.
Well, I think it's important to say, like, for whatever reason, like, I put my entrepreneur hat on, and I just had a lot of ideas. I was an ideas guy last Thursday at around 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And so I think so it started with, I said, crowdfunding timeshares, but instead of a nice destination, it's buying a house. And, you buy it above market to drive out any budding families. And so that's like...
that one's crazy.
That's just a good idea. That's just a good idea.
Well,
because
define good idea for who?
Because it's like a timeshare.
Okay, but what about the families you're gentrifying?
Oh, it's like a timeshare is like everybody kind of puts in money and pools money, and then you own property.
Well,
but
kinda.
Instead of owning the property, you own time in the property, right? Somebody else owns the property, but in this scenario, you'd be overpaying. So instead of a budding family, you can spend a couple weeks in some random suburban neighborhood.
And what do you mean? Okay, so where's the budding family aspect of it? Are you saying that
they're not in the house? I don't know where they are, but they're not in that house.
Yeah, so you described something that already exists, I think. So this is your worst idea
of
all of them. So I'm going to give
you... In what way?
This already exists. This is gentrification.
Yes, but it's crowdsourcing for a timeshare. It's merging two American traditions.
Ah, I see. This is just... But what's the scale?
What's the scale of what? Like how big could be?
Yeah.
Like a whole city? We could take it to the moon. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We could do a whole city. I mean, it's really not a city thing. It's more of a...
the moon.
It's more... Yeah, it's more of a neighborhood, outskirts of the city type thing. We're taking over suburban areas.
Okay, bro. This was your worst idea of all of them. I'm glad we started with this one. Okay. So this one was great. But diapers.
Well, I think you should rate these on a scale of 0 being my name is Barbara and I'm out, and 10 being I'm Mr. Wonderful and I'll give you all my money ever.
Okay, 0.4.
Okay, wow.
But that's okay. Diapers that just fall off when full, maximize value and know when to change.
Right. So, okay. So diapers that just fall off when they're full, right? So let me put you on to diapers. Sometimes you don't know when they're full, right? You've been around babies before. You know you have a niece.
Yeah, and I think from what I can tell, it's actually pretty easy because you don't want them. I think you're getting this weird perception that you can just let them sit in their own dookie for hours on end. If there's more
issue.
Space,
you don't want them to do that. You don't want them to do that, right?
Bro,
so as soon as it's full, right? As soon as it's full, it just falls off. It pops to the ground, closes up because of proprietary
plops to the ground.
Technology.
They actually usually just are sitting down for the most part. Babies, they're already sitting down. They're not plopping. Nothing's plopping to the ground.
Okay, then it ejects the baby. I don't know. The baby gets ejected out of the diaper.
Yeah.
The diaper sits on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Where does it, like, at what speed are we talking about?
How about this?
What's exit
for safety reasons? For safety reasons, it's more of like a robot, like, and then like the baby's, face and hands down, the butt is up, and the diaper ejects off the baby.
Okay, yeah, you can just do that without ejecting the baby or the diaper.
That's what I'm saying. It's for safety reasons. Anyways, the point of this is, what I was trying to say.
You want a diaper.
Allow me.
No,
I don't need a diaper. What I was trying to say is it maximizes the value and lets you know when to change, because it's important that first of all, how wasteful are we?
Bro, if you're talking about diapers, I don't think you're going to win that one. Diapers are
how
kind of a necessity.
Wasteful are we?
I guess
no,
pretty.
I'm not saying, I'm saying we need diapers, but we also need to recognize that diapers aren't just to put on and pull off clean. You know, you want to get your use out of those bad boys.
Okay. So
they're expensive too. Am I right, parents?
Yeah, parents, leave a comment if diapers are expensive down below.
Yeah, I just read 50.
Okay, but I think what you're missing is that you can just check a diaper in without taking it off, and it's one of those things that you maybe don't.
Yeah, but then that's gross.
Okay, but think about. Okay, let me put you on to gangrene, sepsis, scurvy.
That's surely not.
Yeah, all those things are now in play because you're letting the diaper get more full than it needs to be. Diapers don't need to get.
You're sounding like a real RFK right now. I'll tell you that.
No, I'm not. RFK would say those things don't exist because we're not pirates. They can still exist because people can still be dirty. You're thinking of RFK, and I'm thinking of RFK. I said you're thinking of RFK.
Give it a 0 to 10.
RFK. This one's better. This one's better. This is like a until you said the baby gets ejected. If the baby gets ejected, it's a 0.2. If the thing ejects itself, it's what? Like it's like I kind of do see the vision a little bit if you can pull it off correctly. It's like a 5. It's like a 5.1.
Wow. So
yeah.
So it all hinges on whether the baby gets ejected or the diaper gets ejected.
It all depends on how much time a baby is in midair. Truly.
Now the next one I like a lot.
Yeah, let's do it.
Public homeschool for homeschool kids, where we just give them vaccines without their parents knowing. So this one, I thought would solve a lot of problems, right?
Uh-huh. Well, yeah.
The issue with a lot of those, those parents that are like, nah, we don't want those vaccines, are that they have too much control. So we take that control away from them, and we pop those kids full of vaccines, and then we just keep it hush hush.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I love the first part of the idea. Well, actually, I do love that part too. It'll be impossible to pull off. That's a different story.
In what way?
Because people who are homeschooling their kids and are also anti-vax, how are you tricking them into getting their kids into a public homeschool? That's
just pulling the wool over their eyes.
Because
for sure.
that's just because now you're just creating. I would argue just a public school at a different place, and not at their home. So it's not even a homeschool anymore. So what you did was you created school for homeschoolers. And then you said we're just going to pump them full of vaccines. And are these just FDA approved vaccines? Are these like experiment
Yeah, we'll keep
kids?
It. No.
You just want these kids.
Nothing experimental. We just want them healthy.
You just want the kids that are getting diseases that have been cured forever and are completely preventable with well-funded and backed vaccines. You want them to be given those vaccines.
Let's keep polio out of the home, right? Like that's been gone.
Okay. No, and see that I'm fine with that part, because at some point you gotta not let these people have like their own thoughts.
I get what you're saying. I do think there's a way around it. Maybe the government can help to shield us in some way. Give us a guise under which to operate. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have more. I think you have more traction on the public homeschool that's not in your home, because at the end of the day, I don't know. Homeschool. What are your thoughts on homeschooled kids?
I don't know many of them, but I know the stereotypes.
Sure.
So,
And if anything, you want to defeat those stereotypes, correct? You're not trying to back them.
No. Yeah, we want them social. We want them vaccinated. We want them vaccinated. Past tense of vaccine. No, but it's for real. We just want these kids without polio and without measles. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, I think
that is too much to ask. Wow.
Well, no, that's not too much to ask. I'm down for that. I think you haven't thought through the logistics of it yet. But I think let's move on for now, because this is a solid 9.4 out of 10. I would just ask you questions. I think it's a genius idea, truly.
I think the next one is unbeatable, because
this one. I think let's not sit on this one too long, man.
Well, this one, just like after vaccine, I was like, well, I got a tetanus shot last year, and it was really easy. Like my arm hurt for a couple of days, and so I was thinking, like, what if there was a tetanus shot for cancer?
Yeah.
They just cured it.
Yeah. I think it may be more complicated than that.
Medically, not sure how to pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, like, instead of tetanus we're fighting, let's just like get the cancer cells, Those are the problems.
You're saying we should invest more research there instead of towards tetanus research.
Yeah, it feels like tetanus is kind of squared away at this point. I think we can move on. But
okay. Yeah,
this
is
big pharma, I think, disagrees.
Yeah, this is a great idea. I don't even want to get into how.
Hashtag stop tetanus research.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good, man. All right, what's your next one?
Next, sports bar for kids. In parentheses, no alcohol, obviously, but sports betting with tokens for stuffed animals. So this one is good. What?
I like the idea that like that one addiction is fine, but alcohol is not fine.
Well, that already exists in terms of like Chuck E. Cheese, but now we just like get them a little riled up on sports first.
Yeah, but what's that doing exactly?
Making us a lot of money.
All right. What's so stupid is I've been thinking about this from the perspective of the consumer, and I don't need to be in the consumer's mindset. You're a sick freak who just wants to make a quick buck, and I can respect that for you. This is a 9.4 out of 10 as well.
That's great. Yeah. Because, I mean, that's the thing. It already exists in a way. Like, there's casinos for children called Chuck E. Cheese. This one would just be, like we'd have, horse racing and football games on all the time. And it'd look like a rundown Buffalo Wild Wings.
Uh-huh.
But, there'd be a prize counter. So it's different.
You are making actually a pretty interesting point that I don't think we give enough credit to how much like gambling Chuck E. Cheese is already.
Yeah, like there's some fun games, but then some of it's just like roulette.
Yeah. And like if I'm being totally honest, I remember Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that as a kid. I remember much more winning big than I do about having fun playing the games. Like I would avoid games that didn't give tickets.
Yeah, you want you're there for the tickets. You're not there because because watching that little light go around the circle is just so fun.
Yeah, and even like it's rigged, and you're still coming back for more because you have the itch. That's actually kind of messed up. Yep. And I don't think it's talked about enough because say it with me. This is common knowledge. The worst issue we're facing as a society is gambling addiction. Yeah.
Right.
And that's like common knowledge. That's why we both said it at the same time. So we're getting close to one of your best ones. And so I want to get through this next one.
Okay. Tires that you take off your car every night because they're tired. And they just work so hard every day.
And what do you mean by that?
They work so hard every day.
I get that, but they're not
living.
Their
nose.
You want to make a living tire.
To work hard? No, I don't. No. The tire doesn't have to be living necessarily. It's just like, come on, give it a break. It's been touching the ground, rolling along miles and miles per day, every day. Like, is it that hard to just unscrew it and let it rest for the night? You rest every night.
That's true. And then I actually responded to this one, and because I learned something last week too. And I wanted to talk about it because it's exactly this story. This is literally what sourdough bread is.
Which I don't even know what sourdough bread is, so I'm excited to hear what.
So when you make
that relates.
So sourdough bread is a type of bread, and that's all you need to know about what sourdough bread is. But more information about what sourdough bread is that it's apparently really hard to make, and you have to like take care of the dough for a really long time and like basically grow the dough to be ready to bake. And it's a living organism. It breathes and it has stuff inside of it that's alive and it moves because of that. I don't know. It's very weird. But like the thing is like eventually you have to let your sourdough bread dough rest for like a long time. And then you can put it, I think, in the oven or something. But it goes from the refrigerator where it's resting and somehow alive into the oven. And then it dies.
Isn't that just bread? That's not just sourdough, is it? That's just bread, isn't it?
Bro,
like yeast?
No, bro. This is only sourdough bread. Only sourdough bread has yeast.
Okay, well, that's not true.
No, it's not. That was a joke. I don't know what the difference is, but I've never seen dough alive except for in sourdough bread now.
Okay, well, I believe you.
Now let's get into your best one. Let's get into your best one.
You keep saying that.
Yeah.
But if this is my really best. This one I do think could sell a lot of. Like as a gimmick, I think this would do really well on like the Instagram ad section.
Yeah. This would go crazy in a stocking at Christmas time.
Yeah. A fork that tastes bad.
Yeah. Now dive into it.
The idea is you're on a diet, but you can't stick to it. So what we do is we give you a coated fork that tastes just horrible. So every time you put it in your mouth, you don't want to eat with it. Now you might be thinking, why don't I just pick up another fork? And that's a good question. Why wouldn't you do that, Matt?
Because this is you're investing in your health when you use fork that tastes bad. I think everyone acknowledges that fork tastes bad. It's not going to be a surprise. But when fork tastes bad, you eat less. Then lose weight.
Yeah, and who's this product for?
I think people who are looking to lose weight.
Yeah. And we're going to coat it with not only tastes bad, but Ozempic.
Yeah, but then you also, which I found was an interesting dynamic between this and the other thing. You had Spoon that tastes really good and is also candy.
What are you talking about?
And they're sold in the same You said that one as well. You said Spoon that tastes good and is also candy.
I did not. That's not in our text. I'm looking at our text. That's not in our text.
No, bro, that must have been over the phone.
But basically, the idea is, you remember the Oprah thing? There's a bit about how Oprah has so much money that she can pay somebody to like smack the fork out of her mouth. It's like that, except you're just paying for a fork that you don't want to put in your mouth.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't work on handheld foods.
Uh-huh.
Which is why. Just as good an idea.
You also need
instead of a fork that tastes bad, it's a coating that you put on your hands and all of your utensils.
Well, I was gonna say maybe you also sell gloves that are laced with that thing, the constipation treatment. What's that called?
That thing, the constipation treatment?
Miralax?
Yeah,
like a Miralax substance.
I think that gets into some weird issues where if you're just taking Miralax to lose weight, it's pretty unhealthy. But good try.
No. Yeah, sorry, you're the idea guy. I did have an idea too, though. I would like to throw by you.
Let's hear it.
A town with no crime and it's always sunny, but they also have no bathrooms and one person gets rabies per week.
Yes, I read that and immediately was just confused at like the why.
Here's what I was the Spoon thing, the Spoon candy thing. You wrote Pixie Sticks, but 1 in every 100 has fentanyl in it.
Right. No, I did say that. That's very different than a candy spoon, though, I feel like.
Yeah, I got it mixed up. I got it mixed up in my head.
Like
you called that a reverse Willy Wonka type beat.
Because like Willy Wonka, it's like you get the golden ticket. That's a great thing that just happened to you. This one, not so much, right?
Yeah, and in Willy Wonka, it's what, like a 90% chance that you're going to be corrupted by the evil that is candy capitalism. And fentanyl Pixie Stick, only 1 in 100 people are corrupted by the system.
Right, and you rightfully pointed out that you can't imagine who that's marketed to. But hey, that's what is marketing? You know,
what is marketing? If not.
We both took too many. We both took too many classes in college on marketing to not be able to just come up with anything right there. That was embarrassing.
What is marketing if not money persevering?
Money persevering. That's what I like to say.
Yeah,
and then you put my personal favorite in there. Please tell us.
Oh, are you talking about organ taker card, non-taxable?
Yeah. I love that one. That's so good.
This entitles the holder of the card to obviously take someone's organs, and then
without tax,
not non-taxable, of course.
No tax in that. Yeah.
No questions asked. That's just organ transfer 101, and that's marketing.
And think about like the black market would crumble.
Yeah, eat that, libertarians, is what you said.
I did say that. Yeah. Because that's a libertarian's worst nightmare, right? Like it's all about like, you know, you can do whatever you want as long as you don't, you know, take anything from anyone else. But hey, sometimes not only do you take it and not pay a single bit of taxes, does that include like a heart?
Yeah. Is that an organ? You know what else it includes? It includes skin.
Skin, yeah.
You just present that to someone and just skin them alive. How awful would that be, man?
How hard are these cards to get?
I mean, if you're able to, it's only for people who know their way around tax law. So I mean, the 1% would have
the
access
lawyers
to them,
of the world are about to eat us alive.
Yeah, but no, it'll be chill. I think you and I would be fine.
Yeah, and then the last one I put in there,
yeah, man,
is now that I'm looking at it, I don't like the idea as much.
Well, you actually created this. Actually exists. This is just what the thing is. But go ahead.
A toilet that uses water from the bowl as a bidet to save costs.
You're all about saving costs today, man.
So no, this doesn't exist though. Like it would be like you finish using the restroom and you press the bidet, and so it immediately drains the bowl that you've just used the restroom in, and then sprays that.
Hey, Rat Pack, Editor Matt here. Don't know really how to transition out of whatever Tyler was just talking about. Just kind of became a mess back there. But yeah, here's the next segment, and here's a little bit of Hutch music. You said that was the last one. We've got a lot more to talk about.
Do we? Oh, yeah. Text-wise, we do.
Can I put you on to Indonesia for a second?
Yeah. No, I'd love to be put on.
Okay. Well, on this podcast, we love talking about new countries that have moved into our listening space. And we've got Indonesia. And I didn't set up a fun fact about Indonesia, but how about I get one from old Sea Dog right now?
Yeah, please do. And while you're doing that, you know what I'll do?
Tell me, man.
I'm going to read the Ship of Theseus trolley problem.
Okay.
Because I found this, and we've always talked about the trolley problem and the Ship of Theseus, and now there's both.
And there's Indonesia has 17,000 islands.
I didn't even get to it. 17,000 islands. And do you know how long that would take to visit each one?
17,000 days if you did one per day.
Yep. And do you know how long that would? Okay, that's all. Never mind.
Let's get into the Ship of Theseus trolley problem.
So it's basically, if you do not pull the lever, one person will be crushed to death instantly. If you do pull the lever, the trolley will divert into a 1,000-mile stretch of track with one person tied down at the end of it. If as the trolley rolls down this 1,000-mile track, a crew systematically switches out every piece of the original trolley with a replacement part, did the trolley which you diverted kill the man? And this really just hinges on where you stand on the Ship of Theseus.
Yeah, and for me, I'm pulling that no questions asked.
Right, because then
at the end of the day, the ship that I diverted is not the ship that is hitting that man.
And it's really unbelievable to think that 1,000-mile stretch in between this, and they couldn't get the guy off the track, you know?
Yeah, but that's not the promises that were made in life. The promises that are made in life is that once a ship changes one piece, it's no longer the same ship.
Right, death, taxes, and that they're changing the parts of the ship.
Parts of the ship, yeah. And so this is a no-brainer for me. I would do this, and then as long as that ship is sailing towards the guy to inevitably
by sailing
end his
you
life,
mean
train tracking. I'm gonna sleep 8 hours a night, and I'm gonna sleep soundly, and I'm gonna have good dreams, and I'm gonna be okay because I'm not gonna think about it ever again.
That's awesome, man. Let's get to Q&A.
Yeah, man. So Q&A this week. If you want to be a part of Q&A, if you want to be a part of the Rat Pack, part of this experience that we're calling the Until We Agree podcast, leave a question anywhere, and we're going to find it. We're going to answer it. We're going to shout you out on the fastest growing podcast in the world, especially if you're in Lebanon and like comedy podcasts. So if you're not, that's fine too. We're still happy to have you, and we still want you to ask questions. And you can be like our askers this week. One of them is named Matt, and he wants to know, as someone who knows what's being discussed next week, I just want to get ahead of things and declare that Tyler has literally no riz, no matter what he tries to tell us. And I think, from what I can remember, when you were talking about your riz, I think I nailed that one. Or sorry, I think Matt nailed that one.
I think you were proven wrong pretty quickly. You literally said you didn't know how handsome I was. So
good
try. Nice try.
That was me flirting
nice
back, bro.
Try,
that was me.
Nice
that was
try.
me. That was me being mean to flirt back, bro. Because you're so good at it.
Hear from Kim. What's the coolest thing you've ever seen at a wedding? Can't be from your own. And then she says, I may be fishing for compliments. Because congratulations to Kim.
Yep.
Her wedding was this weekend as well.
Crazy. Can you imagine a more love-filled weekend for the Until We Agree podcast?
I can't.
And literally the last time me and you saw each other was at my wedding. And this feels more substantial to the podcast than that. But yeah, she said a special detail, or like what was it? I wasn't even listening. I'm sorry. A special detail.
What's the coolest thing you've ever seen at a wedding?
Yeah. And I would call back before I get into Kim's wedding. I would call back to my sister's wedding when she had her brother sing the first dance song. And
well, that's interesting that you said that, because I didn't see that obviously, but I was thinking that time that cool guy did a backflip into the splits at your wedding. That was sick.
Something he had never done before.
The backflip was cool, and then the splits looked like could have torn some muscles, but played it off real well. So
yeah, and then. And that was only round one of a 6 round.
That was round one. Yeah. So proceeded to do another couple backflips and hobble off the dance floor every time. But I just thought that was really cool.
And everyone knows the first flip of the weekend is just as cool as the 20th flip of the weekend. So you definitely didn't overdo that little trick that we call backflip that week.
No, and by the way, I broke out the backflip, of course, at Ronnie's wedding, but not in the dance floor. Because, I said, it was...
What else would you do?
Well, no, listen. It was outside at the middle of mine. So listen. At Ronnie's wedding, they were in the middle the whole time, and so it would be very strange of me to just walk into the middle and then do a backflip, right? So you can't do that. But there was a kid that I believe is Ronnie's cousin. He can correct me on that if that's not true. But the night before, at the welcome dinner, I had showed him a picture of a dirt house from Minecraft, because he's a big Minecraft guy, and he kept saying, my house is poop. And so I said, oh, come on, man. And then I showed him some insane houses that I didn't build, just on Google, and he was like, "Nah, these suck." He was not having it. And so the whole wedding,
you said this was Ronnie's cousin?
Yeah, one of his little cousins, I guess.
That sounds a lot like his dad. Weird.
No. And so yeah, that was good improv. Shut you down because I'm trying to tell a story quickly. No, but so yeah, the whole wedding, he's coming up to me. It's fun. We're entertaining him, and he wants me to do a backflip. Somebody tells him I can do a backflip, so I do it for him, and immediately he goes, "That's not cool." And then he says, and I said, "That's not cool." And then he said, "Now do a front flip." And I said, I can't do that, man.
Dude, you tried so hard to impress this kid.
Then
he
later though,
he big dogged you for a whole weekend.
No, later though, he grabs me and takes me outside to where his dad is, and has his dad flip him around up in the air. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I do a backflip again. He makes me do it again. I'm like a little dance monkey. And then he's like, all right, that's cool. And then we high five, and then that was about it.
His dad, who's probably in his 70s or 80s now, was able to flip his son?
This is a 5-year-old child.
Oh, I thought this was Ronnie's dad.
No, his cousin. One of his cousins. I said that.
I know, bro. I just want to give you a chance to
I forgot. My bad. You were trying to improv again after I already shut you down. This wasn't a participatory.
Yeah,
run it back. This wasn't a participatory thing. Participatory. This wasn't a Hold on, let me get this real good. Hold on. It's because I haven't had my ice cold Coke Zero.
Okay.
1 second.
While you're doing that, you work on that.
This was not a participatory thing.
Wow. That was really good, man.
Thank you.
Sorry. Yeah, that's on me. Sorry for wanting to be a part of the podcast. But yeah, that's great, man. I'm glad you finally impressed that kid who has probably already forgotten about you.
No.
Just because of how small little boys' brains are and how undeveloped they are. But something I will be honest, I'll give you an answer because I did tell Kim after her wedding, I was like, you had some pretty she had a bunch of stuff that was I hadn't seen before, but I was like, wow, what a nice touch. And so I think she is but deserving of a compliment or two, because it was a great wedding. And one thing
I wouldn't know, right?
Yeah, you were certainly not invited, but I was, and I had a great time. And what happened was I think the thing that I was like, wow, that's really cool, was when we got to our seats for dinner. We had assigned seats, as you know, are at weddings, and
right, yes,
sat down, and there were two pieces of paper on opposite ends of the table, and we started looking at these pieces of paper. I'll tell you right now, they're the same piece of paper, but what was on them was they wrote something nice about everyone who was sitting at that table and like how they know us.
That's nice.
Yeah, what a nice touch. And not to brag, not to flex or anything, but at my table, I had the longest paragraph.
No way.
Yeah. She didn't shout out the podcast, which was a bummer. But I think everyone at that table already knew about the podcast anyway, so it was fine. But yeah, that was really, really cool. There's also a magician floating around, and I didn't get to see him, which was a bummer. I knew about him. I never once saw him.
When you say floating around?
No, sorry, he was walking around.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Because if he was floating around, that changes the night substantially.
No, like, that would be.
If that's the second thing you list on the coolest things you've seen, I was going to say we got to talk about your standards.
Over just nice stuff written about me.
It's just a man floating around.
He was summoning demons that were flying out of his mouth. But Kim said something nice about me on a piece of paper.
But you didn't. To clarify, you did not get to see this man.
No, this was a magician that was walking around who never made his way into my eyesight. But I got reports that he was there and he was like doing cool tricks with mashed potatoes and stuff, and apparently it was sick.
What does that mean?
Bro, if I saw it, I would tell you. That's all the information I have.
I just can't even imagine the trick. That's amazing.
Yeah, but that was what it was, and it was a great time. We all had fun. We danced the night away, and that is what happens at weddings. So, Kim, congratulations. Ronnie, congratulations. I'll congratulate myself one more time for getting married. I think there was a time when me and you were thinking that's never going to happen for me, and look at me now, doing just fine. So, why don't you end this thing? I want you to be a participant in this podcast.
Thank you. That just rolled off the tongue for you.
Yeah,
that
was crazy. My tongue is so loose right now. I know.
Yeah. Anyways, well, first of all, congratulations, because it has been just over 6 months since you got married.
Yeah.
And everybody says the first 6 months are the hardest because annulments on the table constantly.
Annulments on the table constantly, yeah.
That's what everybody's been saying.
Yeah.
And so you've made it. You're over the hump. 6 months down, a lifetime to go.
Wait, Brittany, can you come here really quick? I heard her outside the door.
Nice.
Did you? We've been married for 6 months now. Was there ever a time in those 6 months where you thought about getting an annulment? She said no. Hey, Rat Pack, editor Matt here.
And editor Brittany.
Just reviewing the tape, and Brittany, you couldn't hear, so I just wanted to make it clear that I have a wife and she loves me.
I love him.
What the? Okay. All right, we're still married. All right, we'll see you, Rat Pack.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I'm so in there. All right. Well, this has been the podcast Until We Agree. I agree that you're a good friend. Hit it.
Thank you.
This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
This is my impression of you.
Yeah, do it.
I agree that you're a good friend. You want to hear my impression of a guy who's scared of compliments?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, say that line again.
You're a good friend.
Oh, no! Take it back!